Like old times walking into the barbershop this early. It's 6 in the morning, and I used to come in for probably about 10 years, Barber, and I used to come in at 5 or 5:30 in the morning. And I built a huge business of people that love to come in early. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about 3 barber fails and how to fix them. So we're gonna go through each one of the things that I see people fail and struggle with the most, and then we're going to tell you what the solution is. This is going to be a new series that we're going to kick off on the channel, and anything that you guys want me to comment on or talk about, drop it in the comments. So let's get started with the first barber fail.
One of the bigger barber fails that I see is the failure to understand the value of light. So right here, I got a little light on my station. All right, this light is super powerful, and it's enough to throw a lot of light on the subject. If you can't see your mistakes, you cannot fix your mistakes. So there's a variety of different lights that I like to use. This is probably the most low profile and smallest light. It's on something called the gooseneck. I will put it in the link in the description. So a lot of barbers tend to favor the ring light. Now the ring light has an advantage where you can put your cell phone in here, or you can hang a camera in here, which is kind of cool. But I really like to be able to separate my camera from my light, and I don't like having such a big light on my station. However, these do throw a lot of light on the situation. And number one, if your client walks out of the shop with mistakes, walks into the sunlight, and you see those mistakes, hold up. Wait a minute. You got to realize that you could have fixed that. You had an opportunity to fix that when they were here, and now they walk out, and you got to make that decision is, hey, can you come back? Let me fix something. Or you let it go for the next time. What would you do? Drop it in the comments. For the traveling barber, all right, there's some little lights that are really, really powerful, and you can set them on a stand. Even if you're cutting hair in a hotel room, if you're cutting hair at somebody's house and it's a little bit darker, you're definitely gonna wanna get some light on the situation. So I'm also gonna list some travel lights down below that'll help get you by in those situations. But when you're in your shop, you should really have good lighting, because this is the place where you're gonna have all the advantages. You got all your tools, you're ergonomically set up correctly, and the last thing you're gonna really need is some light. So the next barber fail that we're gonna talk about actually has to do with technique. Let's check it out. So I know I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face, but let's talk about how we actually have to hold these clippers flat on the scalp. All right, so you'll notice that this is an X-Ergo, and it has a curved blade, very forgiving curved blade. And if you need to know more about taper blade versus fade blade, you can check out this video right here. But for today's video, let's talk about holding it flat. Now, if you notice, flat is actually not gonna be here with a taper blade, it's gonna be here, all right? And you're going to wanna maintain that contact on the scalp. However, if you have a fade blade, you're gonna see where flat is. Now, if we throw a wrench in the whole situation, we put a guard on it, some of these guards are curved. So a lot of times when you go to hold this on the head, you're not holding it flat, and you're not getting the manufactured recommended distance. All this is set up for you to succeed, and if you hit every length, trust me, you're going to be able to get every fade. All this is set up for you to succeed. One, if you could see it, and if you could hold it flat, you're going to hit every distance, and you're going to be able to knock out these blends. Let's go to the third thing on the list. So the last one on the list actually has to do with client development. Now, one, you got to stop looking at other barbers, other success stories, and stop comparing yourself to them, because everybody is on their own timeline with this. The sooner you put in the work, the sooner you will get the results. So that means you got to come in early, you got to stay late, you got to be here. That's like number one. Number two is you got to provide a good service to your clients that they can't get elsewhere. So you got to talk to your clients and build those relationships with your clients, and you're going to be set. Number three, you got to make sure that you're posting. You got to do your due diligence. The name of the game now is we got to make sure we're capturing everything on social media. So even if you don't feel like your work stacks up to another, I want you to ask yourself something that I heard Marvy Marv say, but realistically, who are you advertising to? Are you advertising to other barbers who are never going to come get a haircut with you? Probably thinking you are. Or are you actually advertising to people who are clients who don't maybe know that much about haircuts, and they just want to see that you're actually actively pursuing this career, and they're going to wind up coming and seeing you if they see that you're getting dedicated to posting, you're showing people what you're about, and you're not afraid to say, hey, I'm a barber, hey, I will take care of you, and come on and see me. Oh. All right, so the next one on the list actually has to do with technique as well. And I'm gonna say it's anchor points. So good barbers are not just flicking their wrist and reaching out and hovering every time they touch somebody. Good barbers are consistent barbers. And to be consistent, you have to have strategies in place that help you maintain consistency. And that is anchor points. So if you notice, whether I'm using a straight razor, a trimmer, or oftentimes a clipper, I'm usually using 2 to 3 anchor points every time. Whether I'm doing an edge up, clipper over comb, even shear over comb, I always find ways to anchor myself. So if you notice with shear over comb, I'm gonna actually drag my knuckles on my comb hand, and that's gonna create sort of like a bridge that's gonna keep me away from the scalp at that desired distance. I will do the same thing with clipper over comb. You guys can check out both these videos, fully laid out shear over comb tutorial, and you can also check out the clipper over comb tutorial where I discuss some of those anchor points for that. Eddie from the YouTube Barber Academy. We got over 300 videos to help you learn, and today I want to invite you to Fort Worth, Texas, for Fort Worth Barber Supply. We're going to be teaching a hands-on class, clipper over comb. Anybody who's been in any of my class knows that I'm very thorough, right to the point. You guys are going to learn how to cut hair faster and make more money. So don't miss this event on September 11th. The next anchor points that I'm going to use, whether I'm using a straight razor, I'm going to use my middle finger a lot and sort of create a bridge. That's 3 points of contact. And then when I'm using my trimmers, a lot of times that's also 3 points of contact. Hands on the top of the head, pinky is touching the cheek, and then I lay the blade down. That's 3 points of contact, and that's gonna help you maintain consistency. If you're just hovering, trying to tap people, you're going to make mistakes and you're not gonna be consistent. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you got something out of it. If you like this series, drop a comment below and let's keep it rolling. And if you have anything else that you want me to speak on, we're gonna talk about it. Of course, there is a million things that I see people failing with every day, and I'm here to help. So before I let you go, I want to talk about the membership. The membership is $5.99 a month, and it allows me to post videos that would not be acceptable to the YouTube algorithm. An example would be most of the tutorials that I'm going to release to the members, they're going to be 35, 40 minutes long with like nothing cut out. And that's going to allow you to really catch every single step and maybe something that you missed, maybe something that I'm not pointing out on the public version that's important to you. Because a lot of times you guys will take these tutorials, you're ready to try these techniques, you go to the shop and bam, you fall flat. And one of the reasons why you might be falling flat is because a lot of the videos that you see uploaded by a lot of other YouTubers, they gotta cut a lot out. And some of that stuff that they cut out might be some of that pertinent information that you need. So don't be afraid. $5.99 is a small price to pay for the value that we're going to deliver there. And it also just allows me to pretty much post anything I want without worrying about the YouTube algorithm. So we're going to drop like tutorials. We're going to drop vlogs. We're going to have some fun with this. And as the membership continues to grow and you guys ask questions, I'm going to try to deliver that content specifically to you. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you set your notifications to all, because I'm going live all the time and we do live full walkthroughs that you guys can ask any question you want. I'm trying to do that a couple times a week. It just sort of depends on what clients come in here and how that goes. But I don't really know or have a set time that I do it. But if you guys set those notifications to all, you're not going to miss it when I go live. All right? This is the YouTube Barber Academy. I'm Mr. Eddie Barber, and I'm out of here. And the very next one that we're going to be doing is this tutorial right here. I want you guys to check it out. And if you're interested in how we did this, we did enhancements, we did the full cut, and we did the full fade. And I'm going to be dropping a nice video on it. So you guys can check this out for the next video. And until then, I'll catch you guys. Peace.